Welcome to High Voltage. My name is Lasha. I'm the host of the channel. However, this community is small, kind. There aren't a lot of us. However, we all keep in touch, and people will check in every now and then to see what footage I've put up or what commentary I've put up. I used to do a lot of dancing and that type of thing. Um, I just did a live about Charlie Kirk, and I wanted to clarify something that I said. I was talking about Charlie Kirk, and then I started to um oh, what's the word psychiatrists use when when your mind starts to malingering? So my mind started to malinger because tonight, after listening to the Charle Sheen interview on Joe Rogan, as well as oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to show those. Yeah, Corey Feldman is a part of this story, and Charlie Sheen's done all the rounds. He's been on uh Megan Kelly, Jim and Them. That's a really good channel I subscribe to. Um, yeah, and I just took some snapshots of some shorts. He was on, I think it was ABC. I really like Two and a Half Men, but and he was on Pierce Morgan. There it is, Megan Kelly and the Netflix. Um, he was even on, oh, there's me. Sorry. Um, he was even on Maureen Callahan. Okay, so we'll leave it here right now. Okay. Charlie Sheen has come out with this book. I honestly don't remember the name of the book. So I listened to Joe Rogan interview, the Megan Kelly interview, and Maureen Callahan. I haven't watched the Pierce Morgan one yet, but I'm going to. But let's start off with the Joe Rogan interview. It was like listening to a highly, highly intelligent man talk to um, a strung out, burnt out human being. And Corey Feldman, where's Corey Feldman? He did a documentary. Corey Feldman did a documentary, and it was wiped, scrubbed off of the internet because he accused Charlie Sheen of you know what. And Corey Feldman has been trying to bring out the truth about Hollywood for years. I remember him being on Dr. Oz in 2013. I'm 54. I remember all of this. I remember Corey Feldman being on Sean Atwood channel, and saying that he wanted a role in a movie that Charlie Sheen was in, and I think his other friend Corey got the role, something of that nature. And he apparently, Corey Feldman said, and he brought this up. Oh, sorry, guys. He brought this up in the early 2000s, in the late 90s, how corrupt Hollywood was. And if you ask me, Corey Feldman does not look very healthy in any way, shape, or form because he's been abused. And I think that Charlie Sheen's book tour, why do we need another story about a movie star that in the heyday was huge. I mean, I remember being 54, or sorry, 18 years old, and watching um, Two and a Half Men, or sorry, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And that was his first sort of Charlie Sheen. And that was his first real acting job. He did a couple of movies prior to, and it was Jennifer Grey, who was in Dirty Dancing with Patrick Swayze, that actually got Charlie Sheen the role. Jennifer Grey's father was a very famous Broadway celebrity. There's a lot of nepotism, as it were, in Hollywood. But when I was talking about Charlie Kirk, I made a mistake, because what I said was I felt like Charlie Sheen was coming out after almost 13 years, apparently sober for 8. He couldn't hold a conversation with Joe Rogan. You know what? Almost the entire conversation was about Tom O'Neill's book Chaos, and I have no idea what Charlie Sheen was talking about. It was actually, I felt very embarrassed for him, because he's been so sick. But it's not his fault, you know? The sins of a father and a mother really do fall on the children unless the children break the cycle. And, good for him for breaking the cycle. It's just such a shame that it happened so late in life for him. And he had a family and children. So it's not like he was an addict that couldn't attach to people. A lot of times people who have addictions can't form relationships with other people. That's why drugs become their best friend. But when I was talking about Charlie Kirk, and I was just thinking about Charlie Sheen, I said, has anybody heard about Charlie Sheen? And I said, and Corey Feldman came up and said this. And I go, whatever. What I meant was, whatever to Charlie Sheen, because I've believed Corey Feldman since the early Dr. Oz days. And I think that Charlie Sheen has a lot to answer for. Um, there aren't stars like this anymore. It was an unnatural world. If you mix an addiction in a place where people are always telling you yes sir, no sir. I mean, look at what happened to, as my mind malingers, Prince Andrew. You know, it's absolutely ridiculous. And Prince Harry, the privilege that these people have, and just no real understanding of what it's like to be just an average Joe. Um, at any rate, I would definitely watch those interviews, because I'd love to hear what all of you have to think. When he was in that movie, Wall Street, he could have done such a good job with that movie. And I think he really blew it. I really do. With Daryl Hannah from Splash. Anyways, I just wanted to clarify that. And if you want to watch the prior live that I just did, I'm just parroting what's on the internet. Just I haven't been on to put up any footage, content, dancing, anything for a couple of months. It's been such a long time. So I really do appreciate anybody who has liked. And if you want to subscribe, it would be great. And if you don't like it, unsubscribe. But hey, you just never know. Maybe I'm a diamond in the rough and I do not know it, like Celine Dion. Okay. Thank you for um thank you for listening. Okay, it's 1:50 on Wednesday, September the 17th of 2025. I wish you all a great day. I work tomorrow at 10. For those of you that have to get up early in the morning to go to work, have fun. For anybody who has trouble sleeping, I'm going to start to read stories at night because a lot of the subscribers, I don't like that word, like participants, will send in stories and I'll read them out loud. And some of the things that people send me in are just absolutely hilarious. It's just so funny. Anyways, I think Charlie Sheen is using this as a distraction because I think it's time Corey Feldman sue him. And the documentary Corey Feldman made got scrubbed off the internet. So why is Charlie Sheen really doing this? Do we really care that he used to do amounts of you know what, like Al Pacino, say hello to my little friend, you know? Okay, good night, y'all. Thank you so much. I don't even know how to turn my, there we go. Oh, and I call everybody raps because it's like that's a rap, like welcoming, respecting aspects of people's societies. And it's a non-donation charity. That's why I started this. So if you're interested in finding out about me, little old me from Canada, Grimsby, Ontario, I would start with the popular shorts, and it's the dancing that I taught myself to do in my 50s after a severe year in a wheelchair. Long story. I put a petition up. There's so many videos about it. Anybody who can get through the intent, origin, and goal of the channel video, you deserve like a free Amazon ticket. I'm not joking. Anybody who wins my freebies, because it's my thank you to people, because everybody on YouTube, it's like, help me with my views, help me with my views. And then, people will say, I got 1 million views. And that's amazing. But I'm happy that there's 7 people, 4 people listening. I think it's fantastic because all of us matter. And you have to start somewhere. So, on that note, I wish you all the best. I really would check out these interviews. I think Charlie Sheen is doing himself a real disservice in his legacy coming out at this time to do this when Corey Feldman has been screaming to the sky in pain because of what's been going on in Hollywood, that everybody has turned a blind eye. Mainstream media is going down, and there are more of us than them. That's what I'll never understand. And when I say them, I think I don't need to say, I really don't believe I need to say anything more than that to, for folks to understand, as it were. And it's like at any rate, God bless all of you and have a great night.